What up, peoples? Thank you very much for tuning in for another beer review. It's Beer Monster O'Clock. Now, before I get going, you may be wondering, well, what's going on here? Where's the background and all that? I'm getting some double glazing fitted, and I had to sort of move my setup around a little bit, so they got enough room in there to fit the windows, you know. So yeah, I'm on the opposite side of the table, so I could move my computer and all that over. And you may also be wondering, why are you wearing the Halloween sort of top when it's not Halloween, mate? I'll explain. The washing machine is decided to pack in about 10 days ago now. So I'm literally on my last scraps of clothes waiting to get it repaired. So Halloween top it is today. Oh well, let's crack on with the review, shall we? Enough about my depressing week I've had. Yeah, we got another one from Aldi by the Williams Bros Brewing Company, based in Scotland, and this is their Mystic River East Coast IPA. If you watched yesterday's review, I did one, the West Coast IPA by the same brewery. I picked up an Aldi, and this beer was the same price, £1.69. Same size can, 440ml. And yesterday's one, I was actually quite impressed with it, considering Aldi craft beer is normally a bag of fermented donkey shit. It was nice to have one that was actually quite respectable, like, albeit for the price, you know, at £1.69. You're not expecting miracles, but you are expecting something that's drinkable still, or what's the bloody point? Hopefully this will be the same with this one. It is 25 IBUs as well. East Coast IPAs, I think they tend to be a little less bitter, a little more fruity than the West Coast counterparts. And they also, I think they use some more extra yeast or something like that, if I remember correctly. Anyway, let's get her in the glass and see what she's all about, shall we? Yeah, I think this is brand new in Aldi, this one. So if you've tried it already, let me know what you think of it. Or if you come around to trying it in the future, let me know what you think of it, guys. And hopefully it's a good one, or at least half decent. As I say, I don't expect it to be the best bloody beer I've tried for £1.69. I'm not stupid. It's a budget beer, you know, it's for people like myself who can't afford to go out and spend £8 a bloody can like some people can, you know. You still want nice beer. We're still human too, you know. Let's look at your beer in the glass. It's a hazy, goldeny orange sort of colour. Small white head. Looks decent enough though. Bubbles look pretty good. No sediment or anything like that detected. But, you know, it looks like you would expect, I suppose, really. It's kind of like a New England IPA sort of look to it, isn't there? Let's get the nose in there and check out the aroma of Williams Brothers East Coast IPA. Oh, by the way, it's called Mystic River. You know, the can doesn't look like as flashy as some of the others and all that, but hopefully the beer tastes nice. That's all I care about anyway, really, for that price. Oh, it's got a nice, juicy, fresh, tropical aroma that just went straight up into the nostrils as soon as I took a little sniffle. Again, like yesterday's one, it smells very fresh. I mean, that's probably because they're brand new in, and I'm probably one of the first people who have picked them up now. I think I've only been there a few days. But you can definitely notice the freshness on the aroma. It's a lovely blend of tropical fruits. You've got like some stone fruit in there as well for me. Pineapple and mango, orange. It really does smell lovely and juicy, while still having a slight sort of piney sort of thing going to it. So I'm hoping there might still be a bit in this here. It smells a little bit like there's a bit of banana in there as well. I'm not sure. I mean, I've heard they put extra yeast in these East Coast IPAs. Perhaps it's coming from the yeast, you know, like you get with the wheat beers and stuff like that. Definitely a little touch of banana. The aroma is fantastic for the price. I've not got no complaints with the aroma. Are we going to get a double? Is this one going to be drinkable as well, like yesterday's? Because Aldi's craft beer has been so bad for so long. Literally, I was going to give up. And maybe Aldi is stepping up their game, just maybe. Or maybe I'm going to take one sip of it and it's going to be a load of old shit. Let's try it. Cheers, everybody. Bosh. Chuck her down the neck and find out what she's all about and if she's worth a buy. they've done it again. Aldi have definitely upped their game. I say Aldi, I could say the Williams brothers Brewing have upped their game. And Aldi for getting them to up their game or whatever. This is another good one. It's just £1.69. Again, like yesterday's one, I'm not comparing this to your bleeding stupidly expensive beers. I'm comparing this to the craft beers around the same price. There's not many, is there? Normally they're a load of crap. This is drinkable. I'm not saying it's amazing. You know, I'm bearing the price is a massive factor in this, and for the price compared to most of the beers in Aldi, the craft beer wise anyway, this is a lot better than the general sort of standard, like much like yesterday's one, you know. We've got a nice malty backbone, giving it kind of like a grainy malty backbone, giving off a little sweetness. But it's nice, it suits the beer well. I don't particularly like sweet beers. This probably isn't my style of choice, but this isn't overly sweet. It's quite a nice sweetness, and it just complements, or it's sort of sorted out by a slight sort of bitterness on the end to stop it ever getting too much and becoming an issue for me. It's nice and fruity, just like the aroma was. Interesting if I can taste any nana in the taste of it. I do like that. It's a little bit thin and all that, but it's cheap. It's 5% ABV as well. Can't really taste it. Yeah, it is quite thin, but you know, you can't win everything, can you? For that price, you know, their cutbacks have to be made, but it's not annoyingly thin. It's not sort of really bothering me that much, you know, because I'm drinking it thinking it's a cheap beer, not an expensive beer. If I paid £8 a can, I'd be like, hey, it's a bit thin. You know, I'd be quite snob about it. But yeah, you've got the nice juicy tropical fruits in there, some citrus, touch of grapefruit. You sort of get you hit with the tropical fruits up front, then like more of a citrusy vibe, whilst also having them like malts in the background and a little bit bitterness on the end just to sort out the sweetness. It's nice. Definitely mango, pineapple. I'm not sure if I can taste the banana, to be perfectly honest. But I don't really care. I wasn't expecting to taste banana, to be honest with you. But I did pick up a touch on the aroma, which is really interesting. Yeah, it's quite hard to pick out the exact fruits. I'm not going to lie to you. It is more of a blended sort of thing for me anyway. But overall, it's nice. It's refreshing. There's no horrible notes to it. It's clean tasting. It's not got like a dishwater taste that some of the cheap ones have. I really do not think it's bad at all for the money. I recommend you give it a try. £1.69, you know, it's not a massive risk, is it? What I like about this beer as well, despite it being nice and juicy and tropical sort of tasting, it does have a bitterness. It's not a massive bitterness, but some of these sort of New England IPAs, they're just all about the fruit, aren't they? They're juice bombs, and sometimes you think to yourself, am I even drinking a beer? Do you know what I mean? Because it's just so juicy and there's no bitterness hardly on a lot of them. But this does have a little bit of a bitterness. I feel like there is some oats or something in here, trying to give it a decent mouthfeel, but I just don't think there's enough, you know, but perhaps the budget was the problem, you know. All in all, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's really nice. And like I say, this isn't really a style I've really explored much or whatever. So I'm sort of going in there as a virgin, you could say. But yeah, I prefer this to a New England just from trying this cheap one. Well, most of them anyway. And hopefully Aldi keep up this good form, guys. You know, because don't know about you, but pennies are getting a bit shorter than they used to be. The price of bloody food. So we've got to make cutbacks, haven't we? You know, one of the things you've got to look at first is your alcohol. Spending less on your alcohol. You know, it's nice to have. It's not a must-have. And you know, you're used to spending 3-4 quid on a can, you can spend 169. May not be quite as nice, but it's still drinkable. That's my sort of point here, you know. So yeah, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. You know, bearing in mind the price and all that. You know, if I paid 8 quid a can for it, it wouldn't get an 8 out of 10, you know. But I think it's perfectly acceptable for money. Anyway, I'm just rambling on now, you know. And yeah, I don't know, tomorrow's review may be here again. I don't know how long they're going to take to fit the windows, probably a couple of days, I'm not sure. And hopefully, my washing machine will be sorted soon as well. Otherwise, I might wear my Santa outfit for the next one. Who knows, eh? Right, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate every single one of you, especially if you made it this far. What a legend. Listen to me talk crap about beer for 10 minutes. Yeah, smash the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you've not done already. And till next one, nothing more to say. Apart from, bye-bye, darlings.